Let's get this Tigare party started. Welcome to the Dr. Wallace Podcast. It's another Tigare party. Boafo Tigare's in the house. And it's always a party whenever Nana Boafo Tigare is present because of the love and joy that he brings. So I extend a warm welcome to Boafo Tigare and also to Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo, the Okomfo who is channeling Boafo Tigare. So I just want to remind us that we are promoting, sharing African spiritual healing wisdom, and just want to remind you that this is wisdom that our ancestors had cherished, lived by in communities. It was with the destruction of those communities, whether wars or enslavement, that this knowledge was not continually passed from generation to generation. And so it's never was forgotten, but we are now bringing it forth thanks to the service of Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo, channeling Boafo Tigare. So we're just so grateful to our ancestors for this wisdom, and we want to honor them as we begin. Also, remember, please subscribe and like us. Thank you. So, I've been asking questions of Nana Boafo Tigare for a very, very long time. And the answers with questions that I asked are also codified in this book, Tigare Speaks, Lessons for Living in Harmony. And you should know that you can order it at Dr. Wallace Podcast at gmail.com. One word, Dr. Wallace Podcast at gmail.com. And of course, soon we will have our website up where you can download PDFs as well as audio versions of the book. So let's begin without further ado. Recently on YouTube, the Goddess of Wisdom released a video in August 2025 entitled, and this is the title if you want to search it, Tigare, the Eternal Watcher of Justice and Akan Spirituality. Let's repeat that. Tigare, the Eternal Watcher of Justice and Akan Spirituality. The Goddess of Wisdom describes Tigare as one of the most powerful spiritual forces in West Africa, the living pulse of cosmic balance, a transformative force, a precise instrument of cosmic correction, and a formidable warrior spirit of justice and retribution. In addition, you've been described as a healer, a judge and protector, a judge revealing hidden truths. Further, your power is revered and feared as you protect the righteous and the vulnerable and make sure no injustice goes unpunished. Boafo Tigare, can you please comment on this description?
The description holds the keys to unlocking the truth about ancient spiritual wisdom. Often, the African spiritual wisdom and healing modalities have been shared with foreigners or have been shared by those who have a skepticism about the value of these teachings. Now, as the earth rises and the truth comes forth, you will find and hear, see and learn that the African traditions are magnificent. They never die. The source of life as we know it today, had a very early beginning recorded by what we call as African Scribes. That the wisdom of great ancestors who lived on the earth, who merged their wisdom and knowing with celestial beings from other galaxies, is who we are calling African. There is a knowing that transcends the immediate time and space. For much of what most people believe or know as African healing is a small portion of the true knowledge and knowing that was developed and shared by the early traditional cultures from the continent of Africa.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. One of the things that's implied in your answer is a special connection to Africa. Today, so many people are thinking about Egypt or ancient Kemet as we know it. And I'm just wondering if you could elaborate on how you have a special connection with Egypt, Kemet, Africa.
When we look at these areas on the map, the international map, you will find that these locations are very close to the center of the world, so that the information that you find in this area transcends what is known by most people in the physical body. At the core of what we call this space, there is a knowing of every other space within existence. Before the adulteration by the greedy ones, those who wanted to control not only human life, but wanted to control the riches of the earth, of the sky, and of the water. Before these individuals, there was much harmony, and the human race was capable of wonders and magnificence. So it is through this long, what you call history, you find that the capabilities of human beings and of human life is now making a comeback. Why? Because human life is much more than just the physical world.
So that takes me into the whole concept that there is a lot going on, that this is a new era. This is a new era that Mother Earth is going through a transformation, that human beings are also going through a transformation. Can you speak a bit about that?
Yes. The transformation that is happening now is to allow the higher frequencies, those that are not inhabited in the physical body, but beyond. This is the time where there is an opportunity to receive information from what humans will call other worlds, from other galaxies, from other spaces. It is now the new, what people are calling the new era, because it is an awakening of the mind, an awakening of the spirit, an awakening of all things that have life. There's an evolution of life, of all things. And right now, during this period, all things are affected to reclaim from source that which is healing, that which is termed as light, that which serves as a guide. And in fact, it is accessible by all who request.
So, how do each of us, what is our relationship with Source, historically and in the present?
When you say each of us,
human beings.
What is the relationship with Source?
Yes.
The relationship is one of light. Of light. Light that illuminates from within itself. So the practice to remove the shackles of the physical manipulation that has happened through the ages by human beings who wanted to control others, by human beings who wanted to have the whole world and all the resources to themselves. That the manipulation that is happening now is also being seen by the manipulated. In other words, there is no place where trickery can happen. The light is being turned on forever for each and every one. It is only for you to desire to live a better life, to know the truth, the essence of your being, and then the work to align with it. You are free. Freedom is now. Freedom is yours.
So that's what it means for us to be in this time of the Great Awakening. And what is our purpose as human beings on this planet during this time of the Great Awakening, at this time of a new golden age? Can you speak about our purpose?
Are you speaking of the whole entire humanness?
Well, our purpose as human beings on this planet.
Our purpose as human beings on this planet is to know ourselves. To know that you are just not a physical being. To know that what you call as the divine source is basically the essence of your being. What is magnificent about having a body and a life is to experience the magnificence of the earth, of the waters, of the air, and of all other living things. So this is a magnificent opportunity for each and everyone to open themselves, meaning not just their eyes, but open your heart, open your being, and know that the divine energy or the divine essence that created all life and of all things is providing the opportunity for you to enjoy that life. It requires that you release many of the old habits, the old ways of thinking, the desire to dominate others, that this is an opportunity now that has not been seen on planet Earth.
So your comments highlight one of the things that you talk about in your book, Tigare Speaks, regarding our responsibility to cohabitate with other life forms with respect and without domination, without manipulation, without abuse. And at the same time, your remarks really highlight, which you've also said many times, that Earth is a paradise. So can you share more about our responsibilities as human beings, needing to cohabitate without domination, without manipulation, so that we can enjoy the magnificence of living here in this paradise?
It is important and required that each person adhere to life as magnificent. That when there is greed, when there is, what do you call that? Forcing all to serve you. When you see that there is a major difference instead of sameness, then the truth that comes through you is being hampered with, or it's being subdued. However, the human is the one that suffers when they want to subdue the divine life force. So it is imperative now that each one accepts that the life force that they have is divine, is magnificent, is beautiful, not in a challenging way, but in a way that everyone can have that opportunity. Everyone can live as a divine being. That the divine creative source did not create little boxes whereby only a group of people can have and live with the splendor of life, but it is open to all.
Okay, so that goes back to the whole concept of domination, manipulation, oppression, categorizing people historically as masters, the enslaved, the dominators, those who were dominated, the oppressed, the oppressors. So the idea being that we really have to connect with our divine light, our source, so that we can, in fact, enjoy Earth as a paradise and be free to do so. In fact, in your book, Tigare Speaks, you basically declare that the road for our domination has come to an end, that domination is over, despite any ongoing efforts to keep people enslaved and oppressed. So can you just elaborate on this concept that domination has come to the end of the road? It's over.
It means that there are ways in which one can live to their highest potential. And that way requires that it is known, wise people say, live and let live. Meaning that there is room for all. There is enough for all. That the lie or the manipulation that only some people can have beautiful gardens and wonderful lives. It's not true. That each and everyone can live and fulfill their destiny by going within, by connecting with the source of all, by releasing greed, by releasing dominance, by releasing victimization, and all of these low frequency activities. Now is the time that all that is magnificent is for all.
Finally, wonderful. So grateful that we've entered this time of awakening, the Great Awakening, and this golden age that we still need to really anchor through our own individual personal transformations. So that takes us to the whole concept of, well, how do we heal? How do we transform? How do we overcome any experiences we may have had of abuse, being dominated, enslaved, oppressed, controlled, abused, and lied to?
First, we must, in fact, know that we have the purest examples. When you look at a young-born child, the young-born child does not have an opinion about how the weather is moving. A young child doesn't have an opinion about what your color is, or your size, or even your smell. That these are all learned conditions, and that the dominating information has grown into an illness, and many people are ill. So to be able to look inside of yourself and accept that you are ill, that there must be an effort to free yourself from your ills, like jealousy, comparison, being able to be ahead of everyone, and all of these things you have learned because you do not see your sameness. And when you look at a young child who has the innocence of life and the wonder of the space they are in and the surroundings where they are, give us an idea of how to proceed with making changes in our lives. We must see ourselves as pure, simple, not knowing everything, and open enough to accept that all that you want to know has to be discovered. Most times it's already in. However, the circumstances of your coming to life through a small chamber has caused trauma. However, life is a paradise that is waiting for us to scale back the layers of manipulation, of confusion, and greed to get to the source.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. So it's for us to understand that our expanse of consciousness, when we go through the birth canal, that we become very contracted. And as you say, this birth process is actually traumatic. And then we enter an environment where the media, our parents, everyone is broadcasting messages, such as messages about our differences, this race, that race, the elite, the poor, on and on and on and on. And as a result, that too is damaging. Yet the answer is really to go inside and to basically realize that we can let go and release so much of this conditioning, so much of this brainwashing that we've experienced in the environment. So we're just so grateful for you bringing these messages to us, Nana Boafo Tigare. And I just want the audience to know that there will be more videos. They're coming. And for now, perhaps you can subscribe and like this particular video. And please know that the message, our motto for the Dr. Wallace podcast is be your higher self, align with the divine, as themes that we've also heard today. So remember, you can purchase the book, Tigare Speaks. Go to drwallacepodcast@gmail.com and make your request. Soon we'll have our website up where you can download and also have audio options for your purchase. So for now, I also would like to remind you as we close that you too can have your own personal session by telephone where the Okomfo Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo will sit, call Boafo Tigare, and you can ask questions, whether about your family, your children, work, finances, or about any decision that you need to make. And again, as for me and my family, that's what we do. Consult before taking action. So I basically want to share with you all of my love. And I'd like to thank you for joining us here today at the Dr. Wallace Podcast. Thank you.